Let's see what she's talking about. What happened? You heard something?
Yeah, a lot of movement like that.
Yeah. Did Indy point or anything?
Nope. Indy just wants to go get local.
Indy's tracking. She'll smell any animal and want to go find it, want to go track it down.
You want some water?
Yeah.
You want some water, girl?
You can give her some water.
Here.
Come on, girl.
She's probably already too interested.
She's just trying.
Today's a shower day.
This is her way of trying to cool down.
I think today we have a shower day.
Yeah.
I knew we'd stay close because it's nice.
Those are dogs. They might could hear us out here too.
It's almost like somebody's imitating a dog.
There was two of them. What was that back that way? Over here. Was that a bird? Oh, hold on. Just don't move. Just wait it out. She had her head on a swivel there for a moment. She had her head on a swivel for a moment.
It's like, I'm out of here.
Now, that's the best biosensor. A hunting dog. I'm gonna call them dogs. I'm gonna say they're dogs. Those dogs, they might be hearing us, or they might be on this. They might be on the Indie. They might be hearing Indie or smelling her or something like that. Because no, Indie doesn't bark that often. Indie only really barks when she's standing her ground usually, or when there is someone she feels is a threat, maybe a stranger or something like that. But normally she's very well disciplined on her bark, unless you get near her turf. And then, man, she can be on you then. She was like, whew. Well, let's go this way.
That was weird. I mean, this way.
No, this way.
What is that?
So, okay, so while Indy and Beate are in the lead, I'll just tell you. Okay, so I've been getting some emails and some correspondence about that dude in the video. And truth be said, we have no idea who that guy was. I mean, there seems to be times to where things are not right. Maybe there's some maybes. I'm just going to call them maybes, and not trying to, be mean to anybody, but there's something not right. First of all, when you're slurping on that creek. So some people say, well, he was splashing his face, but he was burping. So by him burping tells me he was at least trying to slurp the water when he would scoop up in that creek. And dude, you go get parasites, buddy. Now that creek is very clean looking, and there are percolation spots to where there's what? Huh? What was it? Oh, yeah, they might be doing something at one of them farmhouses really far away. Oh yeah, look how the hogs just come in and just destroy everything. That's hog. But normally that's where we find tracks sometimes, in and around where the hogs have freshly been. You might can find a nice, good sized track. Now, in Florida, you can hardly find any good tracks in Florida because of our substrate is so horrible. Sand don't really hold on to a lot. I don't see anything just leaping out in front of me. But yeah, if they're if they're around, they're gonna definitely be following hogs and things like that. But anyway, getting back to that guy. Yeah, there's times to where it looks like things not right. So he's burping, he's burping in there. So that tells me he's slurping or inhaling air, and he's burping. He does talk in the video. There is one sentence of some sort saying, he says, I don't know, or something, or he uses the F word. And so he says something like that. I don't effing know, and it's like a mumble. But you can hear something in one line. So if you didn't hear that part, you can go back in and look at it. I don't know if I have it I don't think I have it time stamped. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So is the guy a fugitive? That's one option. Is the guy on drugs and he's out in the swamp wandering around while he's jacked up? I mean, I'm telling you, my slurping on the water tells me something's not right, because that's, like I said before, it's parasites, man. That should only be done in like a life-threatening situation where you are definitely lost and you're dying of dehydration, and so you take the chance of drinking the water, and in lieu of buying yourself some more time of trying to get out of your situation. So that's really the only time that should be recommended. But like I said, there's spots along that creek where we see the water percolating out of the ground, so it is very fresh in some spots. Now I think possibly what he did was, there are a couple of ponds in that area, and so what could have been going on was he might have been he might have knew where a pond was or something like that, and was just, maybe he had fished there in the past, or maybe he lives in the area, I don't know, and was following the creek, saw the silvery thing, catches his attention. But I just don't understand why you'd come back out there in pitch darkness. Well, not even a flashlight. I don't understand why you'd be in the swamp with no flashlight, because that was dark. And yeah, not even water. That would be big no-no. So which makes me think there's a potential homeless factor involved too. So to sum it up, is it a guy that was following the creek because he's running from the police, or doesn't want anybody to find him, or he wants to be missing, and he's got a little tent in the region, and he's just exploring, and that's why he's accustomed to the darkness? I don't know. Nobody knows. We did do our due diligence with it. We went on websites. My wife and I went on police wanted websites. For even the south, for the whole southeast, Georgia, Alabama, Florida. We went on try to find missing people websites. Nothing was turning up. A lady that has parents that live in this region, to my understanding, I think their whole lives, didn't recognize the guy either. Something just ran across the trail. Looks like big, humongous squirrels leaping like deer over the trail. Yeah, so who knows on that guy. I'm not scared in the least bit that that dude would harm us, because we never come out here by ourselves. We're normally always in a group. Now, I realize it's just me and Beate right now, but we have a hunting dog that's full of teeth in her mouth, and she's very strong, and so that's like adding a complete another person to your group. Plus, you have the biometrics, the biosensors of a hunting dog with you out here that would start barking right away to alert you. So yeah, so it is what it is. What would you do? What would you do if you was an infantry squad and you was walking through the fog with your fully armed team and you started coming out of the fog and you started hearing gunshots like a big battle scene, and you come out of the fog and you realize something's not right big time because you walked up into what looks like day 3 on the Battle of Gettysburg. What would you do?